these two teams coming up again. I know Team NoTP. I've done a few of their casts so far, but it will be Team NoTP versus Team Doze.boss. So let's see how these two teams match up. This is the I think it's under 3K MMR bracket for Ad2l. So let's get into these bans. So we got a Night Stalker banned out on Team NoTP. No surprise there. Night Stalker is a very strong hero right now. Offers a lot to a lineup. He can go into the offlane. He can be a very strong roamer. It's the more likely role that he's going to be in most situations. The just availability to fly now gives the hero a lot more maneuverability. Makes him good versus heroes that are popular in the meta, like Clock and things like that, being able to fly over cogs. So very good hero. Banning out the Legion Commander, someone that's still solid from last meta, someone that if you don't want to deal with, good ban, good thing to start off the first phase, especially if you're going up versus a team that's very aggressive. And they also kind of share that same aggression. They don't like these offlaners, these really strong lane presence offlaners, by banning out the Bristleback. Bristleback's obviously a very strong hero in the meta right now. A lot of bans for that hero to exist in general. They answer with a ban of Sven on their own. They want to try to take out this potential of this hero that's been very strong, though he's not as crazy when 7.06 first came out. And wow, they're picking out these picks really fast. But basically, he was really strong before, and he's not quite as strong now. But Team NoTP obviously think that the hero has its strengths and want to get it out of there. So they begin with a Jakiro. Starting it off, I think Jakiro is one of the strongest heroes in the game right now, at least in this meta. He has a lot of availability of being able to push people out of lane with his harassment, heavy harassment. He also has a very strong push potential, and he's very good at team fights. Those are the three things that you want to focus on in this meta. So a very good combination there. They answer with Crystal Maiden and Puck. Now, Crystal Maiden's a really weird thing to answer with because Jakiro generally has a long stun that he can pick up one level in and just cancel out her ultimate whenever he thinks that Crystal Maiden's going to get into that area. Though Crystal Maiden is a very strong hero, it's one of the stronger heroes in the patch right now. The mana regen is just crazy good. I am interested to see why they picked it up versus Jakiro. I think it's just kind of hurtful in that scenario. They also pick up a Puck to kind of fill up a lot of the different problems that they're going to have with, just Jakiro can't really force out a Puck because he can just blink out of existence because of the big wind-up, so it's a very strong play, and Silence kind of shuts down the hero. So it's a good pickup. Honestly, could be a little too early because there is a lot of potential with being able to counter out the Puck at this point. I would not be surprised if they don't get some heroes that are very strong versus them and ban them out at this point. They also answer back with Clock, and Clock Jakiro is a very strong combination. They're probably going to be running Clock as a 4, if I had to guess. That is generally the way that people are playing him now in this current meta. I think it's fine also to go into the offlane at this point. Very flexible pick. That's why it's so beautiful. Also, Jakiro, I mean, you just set people up in your cogs, and Jakiro just puts everything on fire. So it's a very strong combination to group up together like that. Not only that, Clock is very strong versus Crystal Maiden. You got that initiation target, you can jump on top of her, and she can't generally get a force out because she's usually playing very hard 5. So if she can't get out of the cogs, she's a dead, yummy tasty treat for that Clockwork. And they ban out the Troll to come out. Makes sense. They don't want a strong hero to be able to push down. Jakiro Troll can be an incredibly strong combination with Clockwork adding into the chaos. So it's very strong. And honestly, if you have a Jakiro and a Troll in lane, there's not really much you can do as an offlaner to really contest that lane at all. It's a very strong duo, and Clockwork could just roam at that point. So it's a good ban out there. They also ban out the Invoker on Doze.boss. I guess they're thinking that maybe Puck offlane because they have the Crystal Maiden aura to give her mana back. Not a too bad thought. They also ban out the OD, so maybe they're just banning out people that, obviously can kind of help out that Crystal Maiden by banning out the OD, being able to put people into imprisonment and not have like someone dead to rights and Clockwork cogs. Could be good. I don't necessarily think that it's the strongest because I think that you could do pretty well versus a Puck if they were to pick it up themselves. But that's okay. It's okay. Maybe they just don't know how to play it. And we got SF on the other side here. SF is going to be banned out, and that's honestly the first thing I should have said whenever I saw Clockwork. When you have a Clockwork on the other side, you generally can do the whole trick where you put up cogs, and if you have another player help you out, you can give Shadowfiend plenty of souls in the very beginning by helping him get last hits on the cogs. So it's a very smart play to be able to ban that out. They answer with Pudge at this point on Team NoTP. I like the idea of giving yourself a tanky support that has another availability of a lot of lockdown. But honestly, if I'm a Pudge, I'm a very confident Pudge player, and I really don't like going up against Clockwork. Clockwork has a lot of mini stuns. He can just activate it and be around you. Not only that, he kind of wants to be hooked, and he can hook out of being hooked at the same time. He's got all this play that you can go versus a Pudge, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like Pudge right now in this meta, is because of how strong Clockwork is. So if you're going to have a guy that's going to be supporting and he's going to be able to be around in a lot of lanes, then Pudge is not going to really take advantage of that. And he's definitely not going to be able to take advantage of it if he's a core. So, an interesting pick. Maybe they're wanting to try to punish out these greedy lanes, especially with the Lich being picked up. The Lich doesn't offer a lot in the push lineup, kind of gives people a pull back and has that lane dominance as before. Trying to win with both Jakiro and Lich. Maybe they're trying to guarantee a way to get around that, and that's a smart way to try to approach the draft. Can give you some insight on what they're going for. They answer with a Juggernaut at this point. They're going to be going into Juggernaut to deal some magic damage to these guys. Obviously, also give some decent right click. If you're going to go for this AOE magic team fight, then it's good to have that availability to spin down. And honestly, the advantage over him versus Lifestealer is having that healing aura to be able to push, because they have no push on their team at this point, and they really needed the heal coming out at that point. They answer with Lifestealer though, so they see that there's a lot of magic damage coming out with Crystal Maiden, Puck, and the spin on Juggernaut. So they're saying, all right, let's have our own. Let's have our own guy that can be incredibly strong. And what we're probably going to see here is Lich pulling back the lane with a Clockwork, making it really hard for that Juggernaut to farm. So it'll be interesting to see how they answer that. And I think that the Pudge might have been the perfect pick to answer that then at this point. So they may have been thinking ahead a few steps of the Flubb. So we got Jagushi sending me a message over Twitch right now. So sorry, I was just laughing and looking at that real quick. All right, back to the game. We got a Storm Spirit being banned out from Team NoTP. Makes sense. You don't want to have someone who has a good Infest Bomb. They already have the clock. You might as well not give them another one. Though, I do think Puck destroys him. I really like the Puck versus Storm matchup. Personally, myself, maybe I've just played so many Puck games that I feel just way too strong on the hero. And he's just a very good hero right now. I would be more worried about things like Viper at this point, things that just lane dominate. If they lane dominate every single lane, it's going to be hard to come back from this, because Team NoTP has decent team fight, but it's not unbelievable team fight. And that's really the only way you can come back from having lost all three lanes. So, maybe if Doze kind of sees that weakness in their draft and they can kind of take advantage of it, they could do a lot from that perspective. Because honestly, right now, having Clockwork, Lich pull back the lane at bottom, and a Lifestealer Jakiro, like Puck could kind of punish that, because obviously you could dodge out the Jakiro stuff. You could harass Lifestealer without doing too much damage to yourself. So it could do some lane domination there. But once Clock starts feeling comfortable, you can just rotate the Lich up there, and then it's even more problem for Puck. Or even do Clockwork Jakiro down at bottom on the off lane. I keep saying down at bottom. Down in the off lane, and Lich in the safe lane. Lich Lifestealer is a really strong combination, so makes some sense. They're going to ban out TA. Okay, yeah, that could be strong. The thing is, though, is they have Jakiro. I guess they don't want to mess around with their draft too much and play him too flexibly, because they want him to be a lane dominator in his lane. So they're gonna pick up that sniper, kind of give the lane a little bit more sustain, keep it a strong case if they try to put the puck mid. Honestly, I don't like this pick at all. Pudge is very strong versus Sniper. He pulls him out of his comfort zone, especially if you can get an early Aether on him, which it's much more likely if you can, with the Crystal Maiden being picked up at this point. So there's a lot of opportunity that you have when you have a Crystal Maiden Pudge. And I didn't like it before, obviously, because Jakiro and Clockwork have a way to jump in there. But you don't want to pick just because you have an idea of a setup beforehand. You need to take into calculation what their draft is and what it's going to accomplish, because Jakiro can get a 4 staff and help out the Sniper, but really that's and Lich. I don't I feel uneasy about that last pick. I really like their draft other than that though. Has a lot of potential. They answer with a Queen of Pain, someone who can be aggressive, blink out of the Sniper. All if they play the knife really well, play play the knife, play on the edge really well, they can definitely harass the Sniper out quite heavily and do some really good plays on top of him. And there's no real rotation to help that out, whereas Pudge can really rotate on the Sniper. So interesting draft at this point. There's some give and take on both teams. I'm interested to see where it goes from here and see how they play. I feel like there may be a smoke coming out early from Team NoTP, but they might not. They're probably just gonna do some regular rune getting. You know, play it safe, play it simple, work it out. Then we got these towers leveling up. Always leveling up towers. I just want to see people play. Just want to see people play. Who cares about big gold towers? Alrighty. Let's get in here. Alright. Nothing decided too much here. Quap's definitely going mid. We got Jug going bottom. So what we thought, Puck going into the off lane there. Jakiro going into the safe lane with a Life Stealer, as predicted. And I think Lich is going to probably steal one of the creeps from mid, giving Sniper a little bit of a bonus there, and helping clock bottom like I was talking about when the draft first started. Interesting decisions here coming out. Actually, Sniper not going all right click. If Quap can take advantage of that, they can really actually hurt the lane pretty hard, because her right click will do way more than Sniper's, and if she can realize that from the very beginning, the tangos are nice to give to your other team so that you don't have to ration everything out. But honestly, it's better to win your lane, especially in this type of lineup. Like, if you're gonna have a Lich, you need to let that happen. You need to be able to give up your regen so that you're guaranteed mid will work out. Because if it doesn't, then you've lost that hero's potential. And we got Puck up here, looking like he's going for the Null Talisman. Interesting build to go up top. He's also getting the Enchanted Mango for the extra regen. I honestly would have liked to see a Clarity or something at this point, but it's okay. To each your own. Pudge has got a bunch of tangos, so he bought out a lot of stuff, was able to give that out to the Puck, and that's not Puck, but the Quap, giving a lot of potential there. And that's kind of what you want to see your supports doing at this point. And when you're playing in the... Okay. A lot of back and forth here. Trying to just wait for this Quap.
Patience from Zoe.
And well timed there, patience from Zill. Oh. Okay. Alright, he says, I was just reading Essay, was sending me a message in Twitter, and he said that we couldn't hear you in game, but now he does. Alright, so that's good. That's what I want. Alrighty. Well, a little bit boring to start it off, but I swear that this will get interesting in a bit. Like I said, these teams, if you're coming in now, these teams have some definite counter picks to each other at this point. A lot of really interesting stuff going on. We're going to be running a 2-1-2, it looks like, on the Dire, and a 1-1-3 on the Radiant. I'm interested to see if Team NoTP can put out enough pressure at bottom, get the right hooks, and get enough potential to be able to farm out the problem there, or even like getting a kill on the sniper early. You could get a really good hook into a Shadow Strike. Like, you don't even need your rod at that point. It would just be an incredibly dead sniper, because yeah, you TP in a Lich, that's not going to do anything. He's not going to have any levels except for sacrifice. And you can TP in a Jakiro, Liquid Fire, and you could get dual breath, but that's generally how you go. Is you go dual breath. You're not going to go the ice path for the save, just because its potential of harassment is way better to have that, and splitting your mana in the very beginning isn't worth it. So, all right, and it looks like Quap has rejoined the game, and we should be off to an interesting start already. Going into just, they pinged out the ward bottom. I believe they saw it, letting them know, hey, we need to get a ward down there immediately. So that's probably what Crystal Maiden's going to be driving towards. And nothing laid out by Crystal Maiden. She actually has both of the wards right now. Interesting move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Alright. And they're going out to lanes. Give me its guys tonight. I generally have a co-caster that's doing all the camera work. I'm trying to get better at it. If you have anything or any suggestions for me while you're watching so that it runs a little smoother, let me know. Oh wow, Pudge is going up on top of middle, just trying to push him away. And Lich is going to stay here. They're going to two-man this. So they're going to have two-man middle. Put some pressure out. No last hits being had yet. Wow, and... okay, there's two up there. They're okay. Clockwork working out on bottom. A lot of action mid, obviously. We're going to have Pudge roaming outside of that lane. Kind of kept the Lich there for a while. He's going to go try for another deny here. Really push the lane for sniper at this point. Try to deny this queen out as much as he can. Probably smart. Yoshi's going to be able to put some pressure on these guys, though. The lane is pushing against him, which stinks, but, you know, he's putting out a lot of pressure on this Jakiro. And not a... oh, whoa. That's kill death assists. My bad. And we got... alright. Nothing too crazy on the last hits. Everyone's keeping pretty even at this point. A lot of potential of harassments coming out up on top. Yoshi's just really pushing out that potential there. Putting out a lot of damage. And Sniper is actually, like, yeah, he's got the lane in his favor at this point, but Queen of Pain can just outlast hit him if she does it correctly. I mean, she's 7 and 6 and there's 3 and 2. So like I was saying before, by not having that availability of having those extra items and using the Tangos, it's just not going to be a strong lane setup for him. They have to move the Lich all the way up to top at this point, and the Lich is not the best at tri-lanes. So they pull him up there without guaranteeing the levels of the other players. Clockwork ends up picking up that regen rune. Going to be able to have a safer lane at bottom now. Nothing too bad, but really he's going to try to go into the jungle at this point, trying to farm the jungle camps. And Juggernaut's going to have a free lane down here. So it's not as free a lane, I guess, as the Lifestealer, because he has 12 and 4 last hits, or 12 and 5 at this point. So feeling a little bit stronger there. Queen of Pain's doing her job mid, getting out a lot of potential harass, and still a little bit level higher with an experience. She's able to deny enough. She has 13 and 13, so really that Lich potential that I was talking about at the beginning just isn't there. And they're gonna get this courier if they're not careful. Oh wow! Let the creeps hit it a couple times. That was risky. And Pudge is getting set up here. Maybe you might get a hook on this Lich here if they potentially see him. Lich is wary though. He doesn't want to get hit by that puck. Oh, and Mongo shows himself at this point, so they're not gonna fall for that. Or maybe they are. Kind of getting into range. They're pushing up on mid here. The sniper's not getting too much. And Queen of Pain is getting into that like little sweet spot where she can take on the sniper if she decides to. Crystal Maiden Aura is doing plenty of work for the team. Oh, we have another disconnect from the Quap. Oh, yeah. Well, the show must go on. I must keep talking about random stuff. I know you guys probably are like, man, this Flubb guy won't shut up. But you know, it's kind of hard whenever you're when you're only doing it by yourself. Want to make you guys stay comfy and excited about this game because I still am. It just sucks whenever a player has connection issues like this. I'd like to see him get aggressive at this point, especially with the pair of boots. If Wop went and got her boots from the courier right now, which for some reason I thought she... Oh, no, she didn't. She only has 100. I thought she had 400 for a second there. It'd be a lot of potential to be able to push out that sniper. Use the availability of trying to make the regen, force out the regen, especially if you have bottle. Try to make him use all of his regen. He has a few tangos, but your regen's gonna be way stronger, especially if you're bottling. And they're going in on bottom at this point. Good thing the pause happened, because I may have missed this. But they're doing a level 2 spin on Jug, and Crystal Maiden has already used her Frostbite, keeping the cogs there. And Clockwork is just starting the cogs, it looks like. Yep. He just started it. And let's see if they get a kill here. Spin's coming out, spin's coming out. He's able to get some right clicks in. Gets a crit, but it doesn't do any damage because of Poor Man's Shield. Poor Man's Shield just saving the day. Oh, he tries to get the salve off, but he's not going to get it. The freeze comes out, and the right click comes down from Juggernaut. And he's going to be doing some damage up on top. Yoshi's trying to get some kills, doing some orb effects. And nope, just going to get the damage out. Wow. No phase shift at this point. Decided to go for straight damage. And they might punish this. Jakiro's going to be going in. He's going to try to slow her out. She's going to try to jaunt away. Doing quite a bit of tick damage at this point, though. And he's going to have to go back to the shrine. But he's not going to want to, because it's not going to be up for 30 seconds. So he's going to play this risky play. Staying up here. And like I said before, Pudge is just trying to look for that kill on mid. Honestly, the best way to get this at this point, just stay in lane up at top. Try to guarantee a hook away with the fuck. And if you can, get a level from that and then go on the sniper. Whenever you're level 3 and you have a smoke at level 3, you barely become visible at that point. There's not a lot of reaction time. So you can get up right on top of them, hook at max range, and get it off pretty well. We got Clockwork in the jungle. He's farming away. Doesn't have any type of regen at this point, though, and he's going to try to take on these guys who take a less magic damage. They don't take much right clicks, though, so maybe the Poor Man's Shield will be enough. Yeah, he's... Oh, wow, he's playing it on knife's edge there. And we got Lich kind of hanging out around the Ancients. He's going to try to do some damage to Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain's kind of low at this point. Not really taking advantage of her potential. But, I mean, Sniper does have the more regen in this lane at this point. So, denying out, keeping the... She is 30 and 22. 30 and 22 versus 18 and 5. So, can't really blame her. It's better to play safe when you're winning your lane this hard. You know me, I love that aggressive play. Crystal Maiden and Pudge are going to go for a smoke play here on the sniper. And this sniper is going to be going down here in a second. There's no way to really stop this. Oh, but they break it. They break it and they decide not to go in. They don't go in. Oh, the miscommunication. Oh, hate to see it. Hate to see it. And Puck's going to be coming up here. They're going to be trying to put out some aggression up on him. Or it, I guess. Sorry. And she's just going to jaunt away. Everything's okay. Juggernaut's level 6 now. Leave him alone versus the clock. He's going to have no problems versus him.
actually could get a kill if he had a... with the Ring of Aquila and the regen aura from Crystal Maiden, he maybe can do something about it. Lich might catch out the Crystal Maiden. Hits a slow at this point, trying to do some right clicks down on her, but Sniper's not going to commit. Honestly, he could have just used his ultimate. Oh wow, the scream comes out, the slow comes out. He's going to shoot the Crystal Maiden right in the face at the end with a Sniper ult. Taking out 1 for 1. Clock's trying to find some farm down, or some experience down here while Juggernaut's farming away. It's getting pretty even really for both sides at that point. Really the only thing that's shining through is Quap's doing a little bit better on CS than the Sniper. But it may change here in a little bit. Sniper's getting those levels up, and it's hard to last hit over shrapnel when it gets really high. And there's some conversion going on top. Pudge gets in the hook and is able to do some damage. Oh, but the hook actually hits Yoshi and pulls him back into the fray. Alright, the shield comes out, or the armor comes out from the Lich, and he's not going to take much damage on that Lifestealer. They can do a couple right clicks, but he's going to just heal it right back up with that 2 levels of Feast. Jakiro's going to be TPing back in. Interesting plays, interesting plays. Good hurt. SA wants me to talk about how good Akunka is, but I can't talk about how good you are because I need to talk about these 2 teams. That's what they're here for. Gotta tell them how great they are. Oh wow, the dodge comes out from Puck. He's gonna get away. Maybe he's gonna jaunt away. They got the slows out on him at this point. Sniper's coming in. He's rotating. He's got that invis. He's slowing him down with that. And Lifestealer's gonna put out his slow as well. The shot's gonna come out. Shot in the face. Sniped. All right. Pudge is gonna be laying down some wards, trying to take out where Clockwork is. They're trying to figure out what he's doing. They haven't seen him on the map in a while. Crystal Maiden's just doing some harassment up here. She's got that aura. She needs to be in the jungle at this point, though. Needs to be in the jungle. You're not doing anything. I guess you might as well soak the XP while you can. But I would have loved to have seen her get a stack off. Kill big creep up here. It's going to be a lot more experience than what you can do. You can't really pressure a lane as a Crystal Maiden versus 3. Alright, looks like there's going to be a rotation bottom. They're going to be hitting out the shrine. And Clockwork's almost level 6, so they're wanting to do some stuff there. The Sniper blast comes out from Quap. She was trying to dodge it, but at the last second she decided not to. And the tower hit's going to hit her a couple times on top of shrapnel. Hurt her a little bit at this point. And she is way ahead of the Sniper. That gank was good for their team, but honestly, it probably wasn't good overall because now they have quite a big lead. They see this Lich and they have all the slows in the world. They got the Pudge Rot, they got the Crystal Blast, and Jug just comes over and says, I'm going to take that. I'm going to eat that Crystal Maiden real quick. And it's looking good. Looking real good for the Radiant. They almost have a 2,000 net worth lead, and the XP is over 2,000 now. So, really good laning stage for them at this point. And honestly, I thought it was going to be the opposite. I thought that the other team had the much better laning stage on their picks, and it's a little troublesome that they're not doing all at this point. Ooh, and Jakiro decides to pick up the 1 level of Ice Path. Now, it's decent to do that if you're going up against Pudge and Crystal Maiden, but they're not going to be hitting level 6 for a little while. And it's so much more useful to have the 2nd level point of Dual Breath. It does a lot more damage. It offers, I know it's only 4%, but 4% slow is not something you need to shake a nose at. Wag a finger at. And if I could get my actual words correctly, that would be a miracle. And we have a 3-man grouping bottom, 3 versus 3. Maybe some action will be coming from here. And looks like Yasha's going to be coming out for the Jug. They're going to do some slow harassment. Try to get the stun out. Not really going to do anything. The rocket's just going to hurt him a little bit. And honestly, this is a really bad way to play it on the Dire at this point, because you don't want a Puck soloing versus a Lifestealer, because Lifestealer is never going to touch her. She's just, okay, you got to slow? Alright, well, I'm going to be able to get away from that with your open wounds. I'm going to just walk away or jaunt away easily. Oh, and the hook tries to come out from Pudge. Pudge tries to grab him, but not having that level 5 hurts. It hurts. And that's why they're comfortable staying down here, because the farm game's real, and they're not going to be getting any farm really on the Lich and Gyro. He spins to try to take care of the problem. The hook comes out onto the Glitch, but the Ice Path is there to save him if there's any problems. Yoshi's getting plenty of farm up here now. 31 and 5 over 24 and 4. Not too big of a deal, but something. Something. And every lane of theirs actually has a better CS at this point, so really looking good for Team NoTP at this point. We got Queen of Pain heading towards bottom. She's got that invis popped. She's wanting to get a 3-man kill here. Hopefully getting those the Scream and the Sonic Wave all together. Get something good done. Oh wow, and they're catching out the Crystal Maiden. While up top they're going on this Lich, and he's going to tick out and die. But the Puck is there. He's going to jaunt in. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage. We got the ultimate coming out from Puck just to commit at the end, grabbing the last kill on Clockwork. But Lifestealer is able to farm now, so there's that. And he's farming fairly well. He's getting back up to where Jug was. Savage. And the memes come out. The memes come out. We also have Dreams. He's just going to try to do some damage to the tower. He's just going to spin, do some right clicks. He's going to try to go for the last hit here. He's got a couple more right clicks, and he's able to get it. Clockwork's here, but he doesn't have an ultimate. He's going to back off, though, on that Jug. Trying to get something done. Lich is able to hit level 6 now, so big ultimate coming out from the teams, hopefully doing some damage. Oh, and the shot came out on Queen of Pain, but she was able to blink away. Kind of like what I was talking about before. She has that potential versus a sniper to just kind of shut him out. Sniper's going for that Maelstrom. There's a lot of availability to your team. Gives you a lot of right click, a lot of farming potential. That's what they need. They need the mid to be able to farm at this point. Because really the Lifestealer is not the best flash farmer. He's going to be want to fight here soon. And a potential... Oh, wow. Are they going to be able to pick off this? No, they are not. 4 levels into Nova, though, and they can spam their spells all they want. Or not Nova. 4 levels into the Aura. They're going to be able to spam all those spells. Alright, they're going to be able to freeze up the Lifestealer, but he's so tanky, and they're going to try to take him out. The silence comes out from Lich, and Lich is going to be able to cast the ultimate. They're jumping out, but it doesn't only hits one. The ult comes out from Pudge. They ulting from everyone. The blast comes out. Oh wow, just ultimates all over the place, and their last hit is going to be able to take out the last hit. Oh my god. And then Juggernaut's going to be able to ult and clean up that Clockwork. Oof, rough team fight. Rough team fight for them. 4 for 1, and let's take a look at that recap. Yep, about 1,000 gold swing, and they are just climbing higher and higher at this point. They are Aerosmith. We got... Yeah, they're going to try to push mid at this point. They're going to be doing some damage, getting low, but Crystal Maiden's able to get out of slow, to freeze a slow, and she may be committing her life for this. Lifestealer only has level 2 on his slow, though, at this point. They let the tower go. Just new siege damage is just too good. Can't let the siege hit it for too long. A smoke was committed up top. I think they're kind of waiting for them to come back up to this lane and farm. They're not going to fall for it. They're going to want to shrine up all together here. Kind of go into a bad situation. Really, they're going to run right into it, and Clockwork's going to be trying to go in for the death. And Pudge is just far enough to be able to ult, even though he had the battery assault going. Very good timing for his ultimate to go. Pudge is going to die here. Lifestealer just eats a Pudge alive. They're able to get the last hit on the kitty cat for good measure. Slow comes out onto Quap, but she's going to be okay. And let's check how that full graph went. And even though they got a 1-for-1 trade there, it really wasn't that out of favor. Like, they got a support for an off lane, and like it didn't really help out that much. It was about even. So really just looking better and better for the Radiant side here. And I realized I just had him clicked for a little while, my bad. We got arcane boots on him, nothing too special. We got armlet, so he's super tanky. The maelstrom's finally completed. What else we got here? What else we got? Ooh, Queen of Pain has almost got her sheepstick done. The blast comes out from Sniper. He didn't see that coming. Shoots him in the face, but doesn't really, just pokes him. And this Lich is going to be in trouble. The ult comes out from Yoshi, and yeah, he's a dead duck. And Queen of Pain is going to pick up the last hit on that one. They're looking to initiate, maybe. Looking to do some damage. They got the Lifestealer all caught up into Clockwork here. He's all infested. They're ready for that infest bomb to happen. And Juggernaut might be the victim here. But he's gonna just pull back. He realizes that they're making a rotation. Good moves. Oh wow, the Pudge is gone, hooked in. Infest bomb comes out. They just have too much there to deal with him. Easy pickup at that point. Jug is just gonna walk away. He's gonna heal himself up. Probably go do some jungle stacks. That's for the best. Puck's getting plenty of farm up here. He has his blink dagger now. Scary, scary stuff. Lich doesn't even have anything yet. He just has his regular boots. And he's trying to go for mana boots. He only has one level into the sacrifice. He's going a bunch of the Frost Blast. Interesting build. Interesting build. And I think Queen of Pain. Yep, she has all of her pieces because she did have. Yep. She has the Quarterstaff and the Orchid Malevolence, so she was able to farm that up. Orchid's going to be coming out very strong capability to keep these guys locked down, because their team fights are going to be a very, very crucial point, whether you take out the clock and make sure that he can't initiate, or just, you know, take out one of the big team fight ultimates. It's going to really turn the sides of the fight. And they're going to try to 5-man push at bottom. Not having a caster. Not having a side caster. Sorry, my tongue is all twisted at this point. We got the mid going down, the 4-man push, and Clock tries to TP up top to take care of that. Looks like Puck's wanting to get aggressive here, but he's going to be going under tower, just doing some couple right clicks there, here and there. Lich is going to TP in. They're trying to get a hook off of on Pudge, but he's a little off the mark at that point. And they're still going to just push down mid. They like their chances at this point. I mean, they got a heal. You just lay down the heal. Dreams is okay. They're going to do a couple right clicks. Oh, they duke the hook right on top of the Sniper, but no one's there. Oh, wow, he jumps in with Puck. Ultimates come out from both of them. The blast is just bouncing between the Radiant side, doing all the damage, able to pick out the Pudge. And Quap's going to be going in on the Jakiro, just screams him down to death. And wow, Puck's going super in, uses his orb and is going to TP back to base because he's low at this point. So it's a 5-for-1. 5-for-1. And it's just a Pudge again. Who cares? If I'm playing Pudge, I'm like, that is beautiful. Thank you, team, for backing me up on that. And therein lies the problem with the Sniper. You have a Sniper and you're going versus a Pudge. You're hooked in, alright, everyone has to commit. And then they just use all their teamfight ults on top of where you're at and take you out as well. The hook could be real here, but he's going to just ignore it. He, I guess, just wanted to clear the creep waves. But he would have gone outside of that and hooked the Juggernaut. That would have been a game-turning point. Oh, wow. Yoshi's going really aggressive. He's way too out there, and the blast is going to be coming out. He dodges all the hits, and the ice path is off the mark just by a hair. So he's okay, doing a really aggressive jaunt into their jungle with no sight, and is able to just walk away pretty much scot-free. Blinking in once again, trying to check stuff out. Lays down a ward right in front of the ward, and right in front of the ward and sentry ward. So they're going to be able to pick this up real fast. Losing out some sight for their team. But honestly, they are 12,000 gold ahead. 12,000. That's, like, they're not going to care. And look at that XP. XP is above 10,000 as well. They are just really showing their stripes this game. They are doing really, really well. Clockwork now has his blade mail, so maybe do some potential there. Lich is going to be trying to build up a Force Staff at this point, just like what I was talking about. Gotta have someone who can Force Staff that sniper out. Because, I mean, he's going to build it, but he's going to go for a late Force Staff. He's even going for the Dragon Lance first. So, pretty greedy at this point. You can just jump right on top of him. And I guess it's not the best to have a Force Staff because you have a Puck. You can't Force Staff out of a Puck ultimate, really. Because you're still going to get stunned. Ooh, and Clockwork's coming in. He's got a Fest Bomb. They're going to be jumping in on this Lich. They commit the Scream, the ultimate. They find her, though. They hook off to the side, and it misses him completely. The Infest Bomb doesn't come out either. And he's going to be right next to all these guys. They're going to try to jump in on him. Infest Bomb's there, but they don't have to. They can just try to pull him out of balance. Oh, wow, and Pucks goes in. They hook out everyone. They use the ultimate. Chris Maiden lets it go all over top of them, and Lifestealer's just going to be silenced to death and gone. And the ultimate comes out from Juggernaut, being able to clean up with the last hit, gets the critical, just destroys him. Alright, we got Puck going in. They're going to be able to push out this wave. Quap is level 18 at this point, going in for that Black King Bar. Once Black King Bar comes up, really, Sniper has a lot of magic damage right now. He doesn't have a ton of right click because the Maelstrom is really more about the chain lightning that's going to be doing damage than it is the actual item itself. So, a lot of potential there. A lot of potential. They're going to be trying to pick up this Roshan at this point. Makes a lot of sense. They have all these people down. They're doing well. Might as well secure the victory at this point. Going for that 16,000 gold rush at this point. We got plenty ahead. Don't want to give anything up. And Juggernaut hasn't died yet, so yeah, it's important. Let's look at the kill death. Yeah, the only two people haven't died, and that's both on the Radiant, both the Juggernaut and the Quap, leading far and above everyone else. They're going to try to shoot down this. Oh wow, he didn't dodge it. That's okay. And they're going to get the blast hits, and they weren't able to deny it like they wanted to. So once again, going towards Radiant. Looks like Team NoTP is really coming out strong on this first game. Crystal Maiden now has a Force Staff. Got Yasha obviously up on him. Diffusal, Yasha Diffusal, so a lot of magic damage coming out from that side of things. Able to really just take advantage of the illusions that he's able to create. The Veil coming out up on Puck, so really working together in coordination, having a lot of strong advantage there. We got Pudge going for the Force Staff, able to help people out of Clockwork. He can also hook people out of the Clockwork as well, so that's good to have. Sad Trombone is played. Oh wow, they're going to run into the Lifestealer here. They're not going to really like that. They don't want to go in on the Lifestealer because everyone's... We're just going to go for the hook. He goes for the hook, but he misses. He misses the hook. And Wop did slow down the Sniper at that point. A little bit of a miscommunication going on two different targets. That's okay. They're still doing pretty well at this point. Almost a 20,000 gold lead. Yeah, they're just going to take this tower at this point. There's not really much that they can do about it. The illusions are just slapping down this Lich, and he's not able to have any mana at this point. And Lich actually only has 1 point in Sacrifice with no mana regen items. I understand that both having your early armor is very strong and early Ice Blast is very strong, but you need to get the levels to be able to do so. So it's interesting that he's deciding to go down this path. Snipers, it's hard to high ground versus Sniper though at this point, even with an Aegis. And they're going to use their illusions to try to do some damage to the tower. None is really had because Sniper is just one of the kings of high ground. They're going to wrap around on this. They're going to be going in. They hook two people. They get them in the cogs. The BKB is committed. They're all jumping around. The blasts are coming out. The ultimate comes out from Crystal Mate, from Quap, and wow, he's getting really low. The blink comes out, and they accidentally hook his own teammate. So it's only 3 taken out for that. And I thought it was going to look pretty bad because the Lich ultimate was bouncing just perfectly for them, but they're just too far ahead. They have too much strength there. And the blast comes out, but who cares? We got level 4 Kitty. Level 4 Kitty is too strong. And Yoshi jumps in, way in. They have 2 people able to jump in. The Plop is able to jump in, scream. The ult is committed, and that is going to be the last kill. And then the Clock, he just is food to the fire, or food to the flame, or however you want to say it. I'm mixing colloquialisms at this point. My tongue is all twisted. And we have these guys. The support's going to be trying to stave them off. That's not going to be possible. The hook comes out, it grabs the Jakiro, he's able to ult him down, tries a stun to save him, the blast comes out, flop, and that's GG. GG's called. And that was a really good game. Honestly, I'm super surprised that it worked out this well for them. They had very good rotations on Team NoTP, they had a lot of potential moving around, and they used the Pudge defensively at certain points, and they had the availability to clean stuff up at the end whenever he was able to hook people. Really, that one team fight at Tier 2 Dire was mid was very, very strong, and that's really kind of what gave them the leg up at that point, even though they were really far ahead. Honestly, I don't think that they should have gone for this whole lineup that you need to lock down your lanes, because it looks like this other team is going to be stronger at lane phase. So if they have it in boss, they should or boss, they should try to group up, use team fights, and take advantage of their gameplay together. They had some really great Lich ultimates in combination. They had some good mechanics within it, but it didn't. It just kind of fell short. That happens. Let's get excited for round 2. Let's have a new exciting game. See if we can find their lobby.